God, okay. I just put it right on top of the bag. Oh my gosh. Hey, what's up? I'm back. Thanks again for joining me. So, we wanted to know, how am I preparing food during this COVID crisis? And I think that this is going to change, a lot of our habits and mindset moving forward. If you look back kind of at the my grandparents and great grandparents, and how their psyches were affected during the Great Depression, and that sort of mindset of non-abundance that a lot of that generation has. I think we might see that moving forward, and I hope, I know me personally, and if you found my channel, you're probably practice the law of attraction, and believe in abundance in the universe, and I still definitely believe that. But I think, though, for a lot of the part, our my generation is going to be scarred from all this. But what changes can we make that are positive? And for me, it's continuing to put systems in place that are going to help support my goals, right? So I really, to me, it's really important to eat healthy, and I think you know that if you've been watching my channel. And I like to do a lot of fermented foods, and that's what I've been doing. I have I like to be prepared, and I have here, you can see the video. I'll put a link up there of when I made this kimchi. Fresh, all ingredients from the local farmer's market. And here we are months later, I still got a half gallon left of this kimchi, all locally sourced. The nutrients were preserved, the day it was harvested, and that's great. And, I continue to do that, and, I'm trying to minimize how much I go to the store, and, respect the social distancing rules that we have in place. And so, I'm continuing to do my fermentations, and here I have a gallon of sauerkraut, just cabbage, carrots, and salt. And this will last me many months. But I'm doing other things too that are going to help, continue to support my my lifestyle of eating healthy. And this is, I think, I've stumbled onto something that I'm going to definitely continue to do after this is all over, and that's, prep, bulk, and freeze. Okay, and so, and that's what I've been doing today. I'm going to kind of walk you through the last steps here. I got, two main tools that I'm using to do that. One of those is just a vacuum, food vacuum sealer, and the other is the sous vide machine here. And you could probably, I think at bare minimum, to get, you're gonna want a vacuum sealer when you're freezing the food. You don't necessarily need the sous vide machine. For me, it's kind of a game changer. I've had it for a couple of years now, and I love this thing, and I've been using it a lot, doing, all kinds of stuff with it to prepare food for the freezer. And it'll make more sense here as I walk you through these Brussels sprouts I'm gonna make. But here I went to the store and I got about 5 pounds of Brussels sprouts. Way more than I would normally, so this should last me a month or two, depending on how often I want to eat Brussels sprouts. Or really it could last a week if I eat them every day. But I'll spread it out. I got other vegetables too, but try to keep about a month's worth of food stocked at a time, and minimize how often I got to go to the store. But on top of that, now that I've got this system in place, I spend one day prepping, and I got stuff in the freezer, and then it's really easy. I got this bag here. Here's a single. I do single servings for when I'm just here bachelor mode, And then these bigger family-sized servings for when I got the kiddos over here. This is the Brussels sprouts are one of the few vegetables that my kiddos like to eat. And so it's really easy. You know, instead of worrying about dinner, I pull this out of the freezer the night before, and then day of, I'll just drop this in some boiling water, and you know, 5 minutes later, we're ready to go. Or if you want to get fancy, you could pull it out and, like, you know, caramelize these bad boys, you know, in a pan or in the broiler. But so it's been a real game changer for me, and it's been a whole lot less stress, you know, doing that. And we'll go through, if you guys like these videos, I'll show you a lot of other stuff I've been doing, you know, chicken and other vegetables, and you know, as a matter of fact, let me just pull it out here. Like I have here, like, here's purple sweet potatoes, right? And so I just, you know, baked them off and then mashed them with some coconut oil and salt, and then, you know, vacuum sealed them. I didn't even have to use the sous vide machine for that, you know. I just, you know, vacuum sealed them, and then pull them out and drop them in the boiling water, and, you know, snip the tip and squeeze it out, and I, you know, try to pass it off as unicorn poo for the kiddos. They for some reason they don't like sweet potatoes, but so anyways, without further ado, let me just show you. I got a few of these done already, and all I've done, I'm just gonna do the last bag for you guys, and then we'll call it a day. But you know, beforehand, I you know, chopped up the Brussels. You know, I cut off the stem, cleaned them, rinsed them, and I got here about enough for another family-sized batch here. So I got a bag ready for that. And what I do is I got first of all, I cooked off in the oven at 425 degrees for about 10 minutes some bacon, and then I just killed the heat and let it sit there in the oven until it gets nice and crispy. And so here I have 2 slices of bacon, and we'll just throw them in the bag here. And this is also good for portion control. You know exactly, I know exactly what's in here. So if I'm, when I'm tracking my calories, then it's a lot easier this way. You could mix it all together in a big bowl, but for me right now, I'm tracking calories, so it's awesome to have everything portioned just how I want. So I got 2 slices of bacon. Then I saved the bacon grease from baking it in the oven. I just poured it off the pan into this bowl, and I saved that. And then I'll just take here about a tablespoon of this bacon grease, and we'll put it in here. And then I have some chopped garlic. Normally I have fresh garlic, but due to times, store doesn't have fresh garlic right now, so I had to get this chopped garlic. That's okay. Make do with what I got. So about 2 teaspoons of this chopped garlic here. Oh my god! I just put it right on top of the bag. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm such a dork. Okay, so let's try that again. So we got the 2 teaspoons of fresh garlic in the bag, not on the bag. And then we'll go ahead and put our Brussels in here. I think it was about a half pound or so, chopped in half. Can I get anything in this bag? I don't know. So especially for the sous vide, so you want to get everything nice and flat. Don't have things stacked up on each other. So we'll get it nice and flat in there. And then, again, if you don't have a sous vide machine, that's fine. Just go ahead and roast these up, roast them in the oven. And then vacuum seal them. Other than that, everything stays the same. So then we're just gonna put about, a teaspoon of salt in here, and also a teaspoon of balsamic vinegar. That's it. So we'll go ahead and I'm gonna get this out of my way. Vacuum seal this bad boy. And this vacuum sealer is decade. It's older than my son. I think it's about time for a new one, but I'm making do with what I got. So make sure we get all these flat again. That's it. I actually have to hold this side down because it doesn't last anymore. But that's what we'll do. The vacuum. And really, it's as easy as that. And so now I have finished sealing because I can't do two things at once. And there we go. So we got one more night. So we got 3 nights family dinner ready to go. 2 bachelor nights, and we just I got this set at 185 degrees, and I'll drop these in here for 45 minutes to an hour. I think 45 minutes minimum, you can go up to an hour. We'll just drop them here in the drink and have the NSA set a timer for us. So, okay, Google, can you set a timer for 45 minutes?
45 minutes, starting now.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. And that's it. So we're good to go. So, didn't get quite all the air out of this one. So what I do is when I get a floater like that, let me grab, I just use this spatula to kind of push them all under the water, and that's it. And so we got a timer set, 45 minutes. We'll just take these out, set them on the countertop to cool, and then drop them in the freezer and pull them out the night before when we're ready for some Brussels sprouts. And so that's it. That's the new system I have in place to help support my healthy lifestyle that I kind of, adapting to all this COVID stuff and, trying to generate new habits that are going to support me for the rest of my life. So, I hope this helps you, and let me know if there's some things that you like to freeze and prepare in advance like this, and maybe we can make a video of it. So thanks for joining me today. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Goodbye. I'm gonna just walk around here since I'm not editing videos anymore. I'm just gonna hit this button, and goodbye.